Relations between New Mexico and Colorado have chilled recently as the war of words continues to burn over which state grows the best green chili. It started when Governor Jared Polis of Colorado tweeted excitedly that Whole Foods in his region would be carrying Pueblo chili. He acknowledged, he said, as the best chili in the world, according to him. He went on to call New Mexico chili inferior. Now, what followed was not a slow burn, but a firestorm of pushback by Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham and others loyal to the Land of Enchantment's signature crop. Joining us at the table today to discuss this hot topic, we have editorial page editor of the Santa Fe, New Mexican newspaper, Inez Russell Gomez. Always great you can make it down here, by the way. Public health consultant and past president of the American Public Health Association, Michael Bird, is here. Jeffrey Candelaria of Connection Now and host of KKOB Radio. What time's your radio show?
2 to 5 on Saturdays.
Thank you, sir. And we welcome back Mary T. Torres, attorney at her own law firm. Great to have you all here. Now, Inez, the Santa Fe New Mexican, perhaps said it best with this tweet: tips for living peacefully in the West. Don't cheat at cards, never ask someone the size of their spread, and never, never, never insult another person's green chili. End quote. I love that. Yes. One thing to brag about your state's product up there, I'm sure he's proud of it.
Yes.
But why start a war with someone that you know has a superior product? It's crazy.
You know, I think he just got too excited.
Yep.
And who buys chili at Whole Foods anyway? That was probably
Thank
the
you.
funniest part of it to begin
That one
with.
right by me, thank you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't buy my chili there.
No, hardly anybody does. But I was very happy to see the state respond so quickly because it is our signature crop.
That's right.
It's not our
Serious
most
business.
Yeah,
That's
it's a serious business, and we need to do everything we can to promote green chili and to let people know how wonderful it is, and not just Hatch, but Lemitar and the variations in the Nambe Valley, and find more acreage and find water to irrigate it and enjoy it.
That's right. I love that. Jeffrey, your thoughts on this? I'm so curious what you think about this situation.
Well, I think we can all agree that we have superior chili. For the governor of Colorado to say we have inferior chili, it's silly. We own the engineering. We own the history. I mean, the Anaheim 9, I think it was called, even though it's not correctly, it shouldn't be called Anaheim, but it's the New Mexico 9. Fabian Garcia, I think, engineered that in the late 1890s. Yep. And so that particular breed of pod is what gives it not only texture, but flavor, nuance. I think ideal conditions in Hatch, I think originally called Santa Barbara, because of its location near the river, altitude, soil, all make for, just like Champagne in Champagne, France, it's the place on the planet where it's going to be the very apotheosis of fantastic chili. Further, which I found interesting is the governor misspelled the word chili, by the way, and the person he put forth as the expert to defend it was defending Colorado chili based on texture, not on flavor.
Right.
Exactly.
Interesting. You know, Michael, traditional foods, over the years, you know, we've all read the history. People take traditional foods and do things with them and, you know, flip them over as generations go by. But we have this thing that is like a staple food product that you can't hurt it. I mean, literally, it's just, you can do so many things with it. How do we win this fight? Because I'm being flip here, but it's serious business. Any 5% drop in our sales of green chili would be very bad for New Mexico, just to put it in perspective. So how do we win this fight in the long run here?
Well, let me add one thing that Jeff mentioned.
Yeah.
It's also the plutonium, I think, that's in the mix. That's the element that they don't have, that we have. I think that, you know, I want to speak to the historical fact, and the historical fact as to how this all came about, as I understand, was when Columbus was lost in his merry route. He ended up in the Caribbean islands, and the natives there, who are indigenous, gave him peppers. The peppers then went to Europe, and then they did whatever they did, and then reintroduced it back, and made its all way back with the Spanish, back and was reintroduced into New Mexico. So that's the history of how it all, the path that was followed in terms of the introduction of chili. But it started with the indigenous populations in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So. Excellent.
Isn't that something? You know, and Mary, you think about how, like over the years, chocolate, countries have gone to war over chocolate, coffee, I mean, all kinds of, there's something about a food product.
Exactly.
When it's from your place, chocolate, coffee, chili, whatever it is, you defend it to the hilt. So I ask again, I'm being flip here, but this is a battle, and we cannot lose any percentage on a green chili at all. So are we doing enough to promote green chili nationwide?
Frankly, I think we are, just because you go into any kind of grocery store and they've heard of Hatch green chili. You know, you hear about that.
Right.
And I think that New Mexico is known for its green chili.
Okay.
And I think it is a great stroke of genius for the governor of Colorado, because who the heck has heard of Pueblo green chili? For him to say it's the greatest thing, he's getting all these great sound bites,
Right.
getting great publicity on a product that who the heck's heard of, and you know it is inferior. So I think it was good, but I'm proud of our governor for just getting out there.
That's right. That's right. I got to bring up something, a newspaper thing, Inez. I love this, how the Rio Grande Sun is reporting that. I know you know about this, that Espanola chili will be the first chili in space.
right.
I mean, come on, Colorado. I mean, really.
Yeah.
You know, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. One of the tweets, I think it was from Senator Udall, was, you know, our chili will be out of this world. So,
Right.
and I think that's true. And it was the growing season. It's because they have a shorter growing season up north, so they could do it. They're trying to grow foods that will get you to Mars.
Right. Gotcha.
And green chili, I mean, they could promote it as a health food, the vitamin A, the vitamin C. It's
That's
just
right.
really good for you.
That's right.
Fights colds.
The astronaut said, give us some heat, give us some spice.
Right.
you
Some
know,
flavor.
so,
Right.
right.
It'll be a huge score. Are you kidding me? This will be amazing. Now, has anyone ever had Pueblo chili? I don't think I ever have. Has anybody? You make a face, Michael. Does that mean you've had it, or you just would never? Just the idea of it turns you
Well,
off.
I think of
Never have I
Pueblos here in
Yes.
New Mexico, and so it's like giving us a bad name and
That's
naming
a
their
good point.
chili,
That's a
naming
good
their
point.
chili after us. It's like, wait a minute, it's not about the city of Pueblo, it's about Pueblos.
Right.
And who knows chili better than some of us?
That's right.
It's a New Mexico variety planted there that's been there a while. So it's really our chili, even though it's in southern Colorado. And it tastes a little different because of the soil.
I didn't realize that
Yeah.
myself. Okay.
Good
Well,
point.
Gene, the
Yeah,
best
please.
thing really is, the best meme that there has been is Colorado needs to stay in their lane. They do great pot, you know. New Mexico stays in its lane with our great green chili.
That's right.
Just stay
That's
in your
right.
lane.
We can coexist. Exactly.
Exactly,
Right. You know what I mean?
exactly.
And remember, Gene, the great
They have their
Hatch,
Rocky Mountain
the
High.
great New Mexico chili turns into red chili later on in the cycle.
That's right.
So
That's right. Well, Jeffrey, interestingly, we have a state university committed to the research of this. That's how heavy duty
absolutely.
this is. You know what I mean?
Ever since
They've been doing this
1880,
1992, they've been
1890,
doing this.
right?
Exactly
Absolutely.
right. So again, you're the business head here at the table, as opposed to everybody else. What could we be doing better to promote green chili around
Well, I
this
think the
country?
governor did us some kind of a crazy favor in that he kicked a sleeping giant or woke
Okay.
a sleeping giant. And we are all different ideologically in this panel, but we all agree we have the greatest chili in the world. So I think we are all basically reminding ourselves of this, and I think all of us will do
Has
a
the
better.
governor done us a favor? in a way?
Absolutely,
Governor of Colorado?
absolutely,
Okay.
in some backhanded way. But I think it reminds us of how proud we should honestly be about our New Mexico culture and this particular aspect of that culture
Right.
collectively.
Right.
So I think that's something we can all agree on, very with a great deal of alacrity.
Sure.
New Mexico true.
There you go.
That's chili.
Exactly. Exactly.
There you go.
The Marisol pepper. That's our pepper in Colorado. Come on, guys. That's all the time we have for this spicy discussion. The Line's looking at medical and recreational marijuana use when they return.